A cat, Maya? Leo asked in a low, quiet voice. His eyes were cold, filled with deep disappointment. You think a cat wore your ink-stained socks and stepped on my notebook? A single lie can destroy years of trust in just 1 second. Today, let's listen to the story of Leo and Maya, a story about a broken promise, the weight of a secret, and the true courage it takes to say the truth. In a cozy house at the end of Maple Street lived 2 siblings named Leo and Maya. Leo was 12 years old, thoughtful and organized. Maya was 8 years old, bright and full of restless energy. Though 4 years apart, they shared a deep bond. Maya looked up to her older brother, and Leo always made sure his little sister felt safe and happy. However, Leo had one thing in his bedroom that was off limits to everyone. It was a thick, dark green leather notebook resting on his wooden study desk. Inside that notebook, Leo recorded his daily thoughts and drew detailed sketches of dream houses. He had spent 2 years filling those pages with neat handwriting and colorful drawings. Maya, Leo reminded her gently many times, you can borrow my colored pencils, but please never open the green notebook on my desk. That is my private journal. Maya always nodded earnestly. I promise, Leo, I won't touch it. For a long time, Maya kept that promise. She respected her brother's boundary, knowing how much that green book meant to him. But curiosity is a powerful thing for an 8-year-old girl. One rainy Tuesday afternoon, heavy drops of rain tapped against the glass windows. Their mother had gone to the grocery store, leaving Leo and Maya home alone for an hour. Leo was downstairs in the kitchen, measuring flour to bake a cake. He was deeply focused on his baking, humming a quiet tune. Upstairs, Maya was playing in the hallway. As she walked past Leo's half-open bedroom door, she caught a glimpse of his room. The desk lamp was on, casting a warm glow across his table. Right under the warm light sat the dark green leather notebook. Maya stopped in her tracks. She could hear the quiet sound of Leo in the kitchen downstairs. I just want to see one drawing, Maya whispered to herself. Just one quick look, and then I will close it. He will never know I was here. Swayed by curiosity, Maya stepped softly into Leo's room. She approached the wooden desk and reached out her hand toward the smooth green cover. Maya opened the notebook. Her eyes widened as she flipped through the pages. The drawings were beautiful. Sketches of tree houses, glass bridges, and cozy cabins surrounded by pine trees. Wow, Maya murmured, fascinated by her brother's talent. He really is an artist. She wanted to see the last page, but as she turned a heavy stack of pages quickly, her small elbow accidentally knocked against an open desk organizer. A large bottle of dark black ink, which Leo used for calligraphy, wobbled on the edge. Maya gasped and reached out, but she was too late. The glass bottle tipped over directly onto the open green notebook. A thick pool of black ink spread rapidly across the white paper. Within seconds, 2 years of Leo's careful drawings were swallowed by the deep stain. The ink soaked through multiple pages, ruining the delicate sketches beyond recognition. Maya's face went pale. Her hands began to tremble. No, no, no! She panicked, grabbing a paper towel. But wiping it only made the disaster worse, spreading the black ink across the cover. She had ruined her brother's most valuable treasure. Fear took control of Maya's mind. She heard Leo's footsteps coming up the wooden stairs. He was coming back to check on his homework. In pure panic, Maya closed the stained notebook, pushed it under a pile of loose papers, and backed away from the desk. Leo walked into the room with a warm smile. Hey Maya, what are you doing in here? Maya stiffened. I was just looking for my rubber eraser. she stammered, her voice shaking. Leo's smile faded as he noticed her nervous look. He stepped closer to his desk and saw the bottle of ink lying on its side. Black liquid was dripping onto the carpet. Leo pulled out his green notebook. Black ink was dripping from the edges. When he opened it, pages of his drawings were completely destroyed into a mess of black smudges. Leo stood frozen in complete shock. "My notebook," he whispered, his voice cracking. He turned around to face Maya. "Maya, what happened here?" Instead of telling the truth, fear forced a lie out of Maya's mouth. "It wasn't me, Leo," Maya cried out. "The neighbor's cat jumped through the open window. It climbed onto your desk and knocked the ink bottle over." Leo looked at his sister in silence. He looked at her eyes, which were darting back and forth. Then, he looked down at the wooden floor. There, right next to the spilled ink, was a set of tiny black footprints. They were the distinct shapes of Maya's small socks, stained with wet black ink at the toes. The realization hit Leo like a heavy weight. It was not just the ruined notebook that hurt his heart. It was the fact that his trusted little sister was lying directly to his face. Leo did not shout. Instead, a cold sadness settled over his face. He slowly closed the damaged notebook. "A cat, Maya?" Leo asked in a low, quiet voice. "You think a cat wore your socks and stepped in the ink?" Maya looked down at her feet and saw the dark smudges on her white socks. Her lie was exposed completely. "I asked you for one simple thing," Leo said softly, wiping the ink off his desk. "I trusted you. The drawings are ruined, but what hurts more is that you lied to me." Leo walked out of the room, closing his door quietly behind him. For the rest of the evening, the house was filled with an uncomfortable quiet. At dinner, Leo sat in complete silence, staring down at his plate. Whenever Maya tried to catch his eye, Leo politely looked away. That night, Maya lay in her bed, staring up at the dark ceiling. Inside her chest, a heavy storm of guilt was raging. She remembered all the times Leo had protected her, helped her, and shared his snacks. He had treated her with love and honesty. In return, she had destroyed his work and lied to his face. Tears welled up in Maya's eyes and rolled down her cheeks. She realized that the lie had not protected her. It had built a thick, invisible wall between her and her brother. She knew what she had to do. Holding a lie was far more painful than facing the truth. The next morning, bright light filled the house. Maya woke up early, took out a fresh piece of paper, and drew a picture of her and Leo standing under a bright sun, holding hands. At the bottom, she wrote a letter from her heart. Holding the paper tightly, Maya walked down the hallway and knocked softly on Leo's bedroom door. "Come in," Leo's quiet voice echoed. Maya pushed the door open. Leo was sitting at his desk. The ruined green notebook sat on the corner, its stained pages dry and crumpled. Maya stepped into the room, her heart resolved. "Leo," she said, her voice trembling but clear. "I lied to you yesterday. There was no cat. I broke my promise. I came into your room because I was curious, and I spilled the ink by accident." Tears streamed down Maya's cheeks as she continued. "I was so scared you would be angry that I made up a terrible lie," Maya sobbed softly. "I am so sorry, Leo. I ruined your work, and I broke your trust. I know a drawing can't fix your notebook, but I promise to always be honest with you from now on." She placed her drawing right next to the damaged green book. Leo looked at the drawing and read her letter. He looked at his sister's tear-stained face, seeing genuine remorse and courage in her eyes. He realized how much bravery it took to stand up, admit a mistake, and face the consequences. The coldness in Leo's heart melted away. He stood up from his chair and pulled his little sister into a warm, gentle hug. Maya wrapped her arms around his neck, weeping softly as the heavy guilt lifted from her chest. "I forgive you, Maya," Leo whispered gently. "Mistakes happen. Things can be replaced. But our trust is what matters most. Thank you for telling me the truth." Later that afternoon, Leo and Maya sat together at the dining table in the warm sunlight. On the table sat a brand new navy blue notebook that their mother had helped them buy, along with a set of fine black pens. "Since you ruined my old drawings," Leo said with a playful grin, "you have to help me fill this new one." Maya's face lit up. "Really? You want me to draw with you?" "Of course," Leo smiled, opening the fresh white cover. "The first page belongs to both of us." Together, side by side, the brother and sister began to draw. Leo sketched a grand wooden treehouse, while Maya added bright green leaves and a red flag at the top. They laughed, shared stories, and spent the entire afternoon creating something new together. The green notebook was gone, but in its place grew a stronger bond built on honesty, forgiveness, and love. How often do we make a mistake and try to hide it behind a lie because we are afraid of the consequences? It is human to make mistakes. Objects can break, and promises can be broken in a moment of weakness. But a lie does far more damage than an accident. While a broken object only damages an item, a lie damages the bridge of trust between human hearts. Maya learned that hiding her mistake under a lie only made her heart heavier. It was her willingness to tell the truth, admit her fault, and take responsibility that healed her relationship with Leo. True courage is not about being perfect. True courage is having the strength to say, "I was wrong and I am sorry." When we choose honesty over fear, we clear the path for forgiveness, healing, and deeper love. Hold on to your honesty, because trust, once built on truth, can withstand any storm.